What's good, y'all? It's your boy Cold Blooded, and we back with another one, man. Let's get it. So real fast, I hopped on a new account, one of my old UFC accounts, and I started playing ranked. And the idea was to record some ranked matches, but do live commentary and express my thoughts as I'm actually gonna fight. And I did 2 fights yesterday morning, and they came out great until I listened to the videos back, and I realized my microphone was muffled like crazy. My headset was actually dying, and the actual audio to the gameplay is out of sync as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm still gonna put those fights up, but I'm gonna end up doing the voiceover as I normally do. Every now and then I'll cut myself off and try to let you hear what I was trying to say in the actual fight, assuming it's not too muffled. But for the most part, I'm just gonna be ad-libbing myself and just kind of reflecting on the thoughts that I expressed when it was live.
Not a bad little thing right here. Danny Jacobs versus Canelo. Can't get it better than that, right?
All right, so I'm gonna chime in real fast right here, just so I can skip the intro. What I was trying to explain live at the time was my opponent has a lot of fights. He's got like 90 to 100 fights total. Don't remember the record, even though it was just on the screen. But my assumption is that if he had to make some changes, he has the experience to do that. But then I'm thinking on second thought, he has a shit ton of fights in ranked, and everybody in ranked seems to play a certain way. And so it's possible he probably won't make it changes because he's not accustomed to fighting people like myself who are going to approach the game very differently than just holding RB and throwing those power shots. So it's, you know what I mean? So we'll see when we get there. All right, so off the rip, I did want to dedicate this fight to the jab. I'm going to be very jab heavy. Show the efficacy of the jab. It can be extremely effective when used right. And I'm just trying to swim without getting wet, man. 1, 2, 3, hidden. Beautiful counter. Got like a power jab that I use right there. My range there is bad, so I see myself already implementing a lean back. I'm gonna see if I can listen in and see what I was about to say, because I literally see myself fishing for a counter. I just know how I play. Once I start that lean back, that means I'm probably gonna try to pull and get that power hook.
Yep, beautiful counter right there, setting that up. Yeah, doing power.
All right, so yeah, that went exactly the way I thought it was gonna go. Crazy counter, but I knew immediately, just because I know myself, I knew what I was looking for. I saw that Canelo, the dude using Canelo, was fishing for the jab standing still because it's the fastest jab, and it just made it easy to kind of get a pullback and a counter off of that. So, real big pro tip right here: the biggest telegraph in the game is when your opponent stops blocking. If you really want to master your shots, change your block pattern. Like seriously, obviously some guys can do the 1-2 or the 1 or the 2 from the block, and if you hold the right bumper and the right trigger together, you can do the power 1 or the power 2. But the biggest telegraph in the game right now, dude, is when you stop blocking. So for me, I notice when I lean back, and you'll notice it too. A lot of times when I lean back, I'm fishing for that power right hook, because if I do it while blocking, the moment I stop blocking, in my mind, he'll know something's about to be thrown. Versus if I just lean back and don't block, it can make you guess. You don't know if I'm gonna block or if I'm gonna throw. Alright, so y'all probably couldn't hear me there, so I'm just gonna regurgitate. Danny Jacobs does have the lead power body hook. I'm sorry, the lead uppercut to the body with Danny Jacobs is incredibly fast. It's the same one that a lot of guys abuse with Deontay Wilder, minus the crazy traits to get those flash knockdowns and knockouts or whatever. But it's the same animation. It's very fast, and so a lot of times when things get kind of fishy and you want to make your opponent respectful, it's really cool to pull that off and slow shit down.
I'm very accurate right now, you see. So that's another thing I love about Danny. I know it's me.
A good body shot by Canelo. Okay. All right. So at this point, I still don't have to go into loose movement. I'm still able to stay in the base stance and get some decent work in. You know, jabbing the power jab. I'm just completely whiffed the power jab there, and you see I got the power right hand. Now we're glued. I'm going to loose movement to get out the glue mechanism. I'm gonna spread out. Oh, we just mixing right now. Did I let him walk me into a firefight? I sure did. And you see what I did? Yes, you see what I did. I immediately pulled that power uppercut to the body, and I slowed that shit right down. Look at that. And now he's gonna respect me. And now, you see that? You see that? He either stopped or he backed up, as opposed to before we were just holding forward. Now I'm pretty sure I say it while I'm streaming it, and I'm going to silence myself here to see if I do. But just notice what he's doing right now in loose movement, and let's see if I talk about it first.
Never going to catch me. It's just never gonna happen. Because he's in loose movement, matching my stance is gonna work. There's a video I put out a year ago. I'll probably put the link in the description here. You need to don't match my stances. Don't do that. You see a guy going loose, then you want.
All right, so I did mention it, but I can already tell it's going to be really hard to understand. So I'm talking about the video I put out a year ago, talking about mastering the angles. He doesn't have the angle on me to commit to like a full speed approach. I also mentioned, remember, loose movement is fast retreat. Your base stance is going to be fast approach. So him going into loose movement to try to catch me because I was in loose movement isn't really gonna help him much. There's another key thing that I mentioned here, and I'm gonna mention this now. There's a trait that Roy Jones has called loosey goosey. When he goes into loose movement, he does 30% more damage on his punches, but he also takes 25% more damage. Obviously not everybody has loosey goosey, but I believe to some extent the negative aspect of loosey-goosey is in the game. I think when you go into loose movement, there is a certain, it might even be low, I don't know, but I think everybody takes a certain percentage higher damage when they're in loose movement. Because Canelo is staying in loose movement thinking that that's the fastest way to catch me, he's actually risking taking more damage. And so if I now leave loose movement, I don't have to worry about us being magnetized to each other because we won't be in matching stances, and that's what he should be wanting. And I also don't get the ill effects of taking more damage from being in loose. So now I'm just going to go into my neutral stance, and he's going to reap all the negative effects here. Power jab, 1, 2, 3, up, overhand, step back, there it is again. Again, I'm fishing for it. That's another patented move of mine. I wrap around with the hook, with the right hook, and then put a power jab on top of that. I'm styling right now. I'm not dedicating to the jab at all right here. I'm kind of just showing off. Yeah, I'm getting the pushing going. He is pushing the issue. I don't want him to get off. An attempt. Yep, like I said, and previously, those hooks going back, they make a difference. Uppercut to the body. Uppercut to the body again off the jab. Uppercut to the body again to end the combination. Oh yeah, I'm styling. I'm totally styling. Yep. Oh, I see what I'm fishing for. Yeah, power. Yeah, so I'm pretty much, so every one of those combinations were actually full of power shots. It was just me mixing a bunch of power shots in and just kind of, I guess, showing y'all some of the combinations that work. They keep the power punches flowing fast without going into that telegraphed animation that some of them have. Jab into power lead, body uppercut. Power jab, power right hook into power lead, body uppercut, things like that. They all just flow full speed. And the reason it's very crucial to use those type of things with somebody like Danny Jacobs is, I'm not sure what the name of the trait is, but Danny has the trait that every punch in a combination is slowed down by 7% up until the end of the combination. Now, there are slower animations for all the punches, but there's no slower animations for the power punches. And so if you just throw a power punch combination, you'll never see that 7% on each punch. Yeah, as I said before, he has the experience to assume that he would make some changes, but it's a different type of experience though, because he doesn't have experience with someone like myself or like some of you guys who are gonna approach this shit the right way. I would assume all his experiences against guys just throwing right bumper punches and trying to press the issue. I'm not doing any of that, and it's reflecting because he doesn't seem to know what to do at all here. As you see, he got buzzed by the regular straight to the head on the dive right there. I'm pretty sure it happened because he was already taking a decent amount of damage prior, and his head health probably just never recovered. Yeah, unfortunately, there's some desync that goes with the shove that he was trying to get off, but we saw where that was going, and he's actually not even gonna bother trying to get up from this. He actually threw in a towel, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm not even mad at him for doing it. We could see where that was going. It was not gonna end well for the dude. I do have another fight that I did this day against Roy Jones. I'm looking at the time frame now. It will make this video 30 minutes. So I'm actually going to stop this right now. Mind you, this was a great fight. There's a lot of gems here, a lot of real good things, but I don't want to force y'all into a 30-minute video. Let me know in the comments if I should post this one next, and then we'll go from there. But it was a good fight. It was actually a really good fight. In fact, I'm going to post it regardless, but in a separate video. This way, we ain't sitting here for 30 minutes.
I like this. Oh yeah, that's a legit word combination too. Hook high and low. Oh, I like this. I like this. If he stays like this, we're gonna have some fun. Beautiful. So Roy's punches do come out pretty short. So it's up to me to like really use my range with Danny and work that jab. So there are some changes with that Philly shell in this version of the game than was in early access. In early access, I would not have been able to land the jab on the Philly shell. Everything with my left hand would have been obsolete. I would have had to resort to more getting in close and doing that overhand right there. And I'm not gonna make more. That's plenty. I would have had to resort to that a lot. To get over the left shoulder, and he would have in turn had to resort to this a lot, holding both the triggers and getting both his high guards up. Now it's the opposite. Now the jab is just nasty against the Philly shell, as you see.